Hello and welcome back to the OKS Mom podcast. I'm your host, comedian Nicole Miller, who just happens to be the mom to three beautiful children. Comedian first, mother second. That's why I'm not the best mom. I'm an OKS mom. Every episode I talk about a mom that makes you feel better about being, whatever mom you're being. If you're like me, you're not the best mom. You're not the worst mom. So, today's moms are really acting out at weddings. And I in my heart, I hope some of these stories are not true. But I've met people. So, I'm starting to think maybe they are true. So, if you're on your lunch break, hello, pop in and tell me all about a wedding that didn't go well. Maybe you were there as a guest. Maybe a friend told you. Maybe you weren't there. Or maybe it happened at your own wedding. Or maybe you're telling on yourself. Maybe you were the mom in the wrong. It happens. All right. So let's start with me as we wait for people to hop on. I was hopeful because it's lunchtime. I was hopeful some of you guys could, scroll Facebook and pop in and say some things to me during lunch. What's new with me is I've finally decided how to do this recording where it could be more consistent. And I'm just so proud of myself because over the summer I had just a more flexible schedule because you can't leave children alone. So I just kind of ended up being home most of it. So my schedule was a little more flexible. And the whole lunch thing seemed cool and all. But now that school's in and I can go sub if I don't have a comedy show or a film gig. So I can actually go earn real money because spoiler alert, this live broadcast and podcast make no money, and people tend to ask me for that a lot. So give me money I need money to do the things and for the children. I do need $21 like right now because my daughter wants to buy a club t-shirt or something. So, I need money. It's just one of those things, Some of you might have these big trust funds. I'm not a trust fund baby, so I'm going to have to go earn money. So I've decided. Okay, I got off track. This is exciting for me and a little scary, but I feel like it's going to be more consistent. I'm going to start to do like an early morning broadcast. I'm so excited, and I hope you guys will listen in when you're on your way to work or if you have unlimited data, I guess, or, when you're getting ready for the morning. I'm going to start recording. I think it's going to be as early as 6:30 in the morning. So am I awake at 6:30? Usually. Am I alert? Not really. So I want to be though. So I'm going to try this. I've always thought, I love those early morning talk show hosts, and I feel like I could totally do that. So this will be kind of like an audition just for myself. Like maybe at the end of my life I'll be like, I never was Kelly of Regis and Kelly, but I had my Facebook live / podcast recording at 6:30 in the morning, and now I'm my own hero. I don't know. I want to be that lady who wakes up at 5 a.m. and does workouts, because what happens is if I push my back, time runs out. So all of those things I want to do and make sure I get done, I'm just learning now that I'm getting so old that I need to do that like first thing in the morning, just get it done so the rest of the day just kind of falls together. So that's a big announcement. Next week, I think we'll try Thursday. Next week, Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Pop on while you're putting your top on. I don't know what I'm saying. and listen to the podcast broadcast Facebook Live and comment. You can still comment. Brush your teeth, comment. I think it might work out. Yeah, a few things were happening, and I don't know. I just felt like this is so unpredictable, and with it being midday, I can't sub for half a day or a whole day, and that's like my guaranteed money. I'm kind of a gigger. I've got comedy shows. I've got film. I filmed yesterday. Can you tell? I didn't. Is that gross? I don't wash my hair every day. I think that's pretty normal, right? So also big news, if you're watching the video podcast or the live, my friend Emily is getting, I think, I don't know the right words, but she needed models for her portfolio so she can be certified to do, this is the bold look. I think they look great on video. I think they look great in photographs. They look so good on film and stuff. I just don't know, like, if I run into somebody right now with these on my eyelids, you know, I don't know if they'll be like, wow, she's crazy for wearing her video filming eyelashes out and about. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't care what people think. So, and that's kind of how I've been living my life anyway. So I'll just keep going with, I like them. I wasn't sure at first. Emily, if you watch this, it wasn't you. It was me. It was just a really big dramatic change. And I have worn false eyelashes, you know, the glue thing, the magnetic thing. And I don't know that they were ever quite this bold. But this was bold. I knew it was going to be bold. I'm liking the bold. I don't think anyone's popped on, and that's okay. I try to get the word out. See, that's the problem. I never know when I'm going to get on, and then I can't have people who kind of start to get in the habit of popping on. So now, Thursday mornings at 6:30, baby, that's going to be when we do it. I'm just so excited because I wanted to come up with the time that was consistent, and my schedule is everything but. Well, one thing I do know for sure is if it's a school day, I need to get my children to school. But other than that, like, I might have a film shoot pop up, so obviously some things might change. Instead of Thursday, maybe we'll push it back or whatever. So you'll just have to stay tuned. Get on my Facebook page, OKS Mom Facebook page. There should be a link. And just make sure you follow that. Like a couple of things. If you like something on the page, then that'll pop up. You know what I have not been doing on this podcast, and I should be doing, is talk about my comedy shows that are coming up, because some people don't realize that I do comedy, I do film, I do commercials. Yesterday I was in a commercial, and along with this fun podcast / Facebook Live event. I don't know, is it confusing enough for you guys? Because I think maybe that's the problem, it's just really confusing. I'm confused. Let's go on. What are you guys watching? We're going to move on. We're moving on to what are you watching? Oh, what's new with me? What's new with me with my comedy shows? I was just about to say my comedy shows. You guys, here's my problem. I am tired and I'm very excited because lots of things are happening right now. I don't think I can say, I don't want to say everything, and then there's some things I probably can't say. So I'm a little distracted. I'm super excited, and you know when you get that idea in your head, man, I'm just so happy about this whole 6:30 in the morning next week. Chris says hello. Chris, you think you can log in at 6:30 in the morning and watch this next week? Because that's my new time. So comedy shows coming up. I do have one coming up soon in Oklahoma City. If you're in or near Oklahoma City, I've got the whole, we've got the Bricktown Comedy Club. It's called Lady Bits. Sunday, September 25th. It is a ticketed event, and you should be able to find a link on Facebook. I know I posted about it. I just don't know if I posted the link to the tickets, and I don't know how much those are. I did not buy tickets to see myself. See, that's part of the problem. And that's the one thing that's for sure thing coming up. There might be some more things. You just have to stay tuned and like that comedy page, and like some of the posts so it'll pop up in your algorithms. May the algorithms be in your flavor. So, every episode recently, maybe, mostly, I have asked you guys to tell me if you're logged in, if you're watching, just tell me, like, what are you watching right now? Because I have discovered this show. I've talked about it before, not a lot, and I don't think I gave it the credit that it needs. I've been watching this show. It is called The Rehearsal. It's on HBO Max, starring Nathan Fielder. He's this comedian who did Nathan For You. That's what I know him from. He might be Canadian, but that's okay. We still love him. So, Nathan wants to set up where people get to practice huge events in their life. And I'm going to try not to spoil it too much because I do want you to watch a show and be surprised. So don't worry about that. I'm not going to spoil it too much. The second episode, he decides he's going to help this young lady who thinks she wants to become a mom and kind of have that experience. So there's like this house that she lives in. It's not her house, but it's like kind of her dream house, sort of. She wants... It's her dream. It's not everybody's dream, but she wants to be, I'm going to just say survivalist. That's probably the wrong word, but she wants to live on a farm and that sort of thing. So he set up this house, and the house is made so that actors can easily transition because they're paying child actors to be her baby, and the baby's going to age, and so the actor's going to change, and so she'll put the baby down for his nap or whatever, and then another baby will be placed in there. It's so unique and so fun to see. So you get to see her try to be a mom and try to have maybe a partner in all of this, and then we get to... I thought this would just be one episode, but he kind of continues showing her because he wanted to give her like a whole month, I think. So he's showing her kind of what it's like to be a mom of like a growing child. And things are happening that are just... There's just no way, okay? There's no way he orchestrated it. I think it just happened. And so he explores these different avenues. See, I'm trying to make it very vague. So you'll watch it, and he said it's very meta because he sets up scenes within scenes, and it's not like rolling on the floor with laughter, okay? But it's just so unique, and it is funny, and I just never seen anything like it. So HBO Max, Nathan Fielder, The Rehearsal. If you've never watched Nathan For You, that's also something really great. So maybe just a touch of a spoiler, but Nathan decides he wants to try to be a father. So you get to see him interact with the child actors and stuff. And it's just, I cannot say enough about The Rehearsal on HBO Max. That's my recommendation, I guess, this week. And like I said, I have talked about it before, but there's 6 episodes out right now. So are you guys watching anything? You got any recommendations? We can come back to that later, because I have got some dirt for you. This is so crazy. I kind of want to just get right into it. Usually I talk about other things besides the bad moms or okay moms, but you guys, something amazing happened. And I went down a rabbit hole of Am I the A-hole on Reddit about a ton of weddings. Let's see here. Sorry if somebody's asking me to do a show for them. I do private events, so just message me here. And oh my goodness. So, turns out, ladies, what is wrong with us? Okay? What is it about weddings that makes us go utterly insane? And these poor, usually it's the bride. These poor brides on Reddit are posting about their mother-in-law or their actual mother or their stepmother. You know, there's all, we moms, we come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. So what is it about weddings that makes us lose our ever-loving minds? Because you moms, I want to, I want to say I would never do anything like this to my children, but I don't know. Let's start kind of light. Here's a light one. Like I said, this is on Reddit's Am I the A-hole? It's a great forum. It was great. I'll just read it all to you because in the past I've tried to skip through and I feel like I miss things and then there's too many pauses. Anyway, this is called Wedding Dress Shopping for My Daughter. Okay, sure. What could go wrong? Everything. My 28-year-old daughter is getting married next year. She wants to invite his mother wedding dress shopping. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, the horror to be around people that aren't you. I don't know. What are you expecting? I don't know. They've been together for 5 years, and I've never met his family. I just hope, like, they're overseas or something. Please tell me there's a reason. 5 years is quite long. And honestly, Mom, that's partially on you. Partially maybe on your child's. I don't know. Maybe that's not for them to think about. But, reach out, people. Reach out. Get to know somebody. I know my daughter's just trying to be nice. Because honestly, how could she? How could she accept other people into her life that aren't her own mother? That was me. That was my commentary. I feel some kind of way about this. I just let my daughter know, and now she's upset and stressed out. I feel bad because you should. It's just the way I feel. I can't really explain why. So she's feeling some kind of way. She can't explain it. I'm willing to meet her, but the whole situation just makes me feel some kind of way. Can't really pinpoint the exact feelings. Here's the exact feelings, Mom. You're no longer the only, number one person in her life. She's going to have a husband. He's going to be number one. His mom's going to take priority. You're going to take priority, but you'll have to maybe share priority. I think that's what's happening. So we need to decide, is she the a-hole? And everybody is saying, she is an a-hole. Moms, how can I put this kindly? Everything's not about you. And I think what happens is in a family, in your nuclear family, for whatever reason, the husband's always like, oh, let's just do what Mom wants to do. And then it's all about Mom. And, once that child becomes an adult, they have a choice, okay? And they can choose what's happening. And at a wedding, your wedding dress shopping, that's not a one-on-one thing. I mean, I've seen, what's it called? I almost said, no, I don't even think that was a thing. Say yes to the dress. I've seen say yes to the dress. All right. I think I was going to say yes to being blessed or the best dressed. I don't know what I was about to say, but it's say yes to the dress. I've seen that. And It's extended families often there. We've got cousins. We've got all of the bridesmaids. We've got everybody. Like, why should the mother-in-law not be there? In fact, I think on accident I found my dress with my mother-in-law. Like, current. This is the current. I've done this twice. I've done 2 weddings and never doing that again. And not just because of the moms and stuff. But they get crazy. All right, let's see what the next one is. That's not too bad. Okay, she's just like, I'm having feelings and I'm going to tell my daughter. It's okay. You're going to have feelings. People are growing up. This one says, oh, this is not on Reddit, so it's on boardpanda.com. I'm going to try my best. Sometimes they put way too much information in these. My mother-in-law decided to wear white to her son's wedding. So, oh, this is third person. Mother-in-law decided to wear white to son's wedding, so the bride made every bridesmaid wear white, while she, the bride, wore pink. Ah! Okay, I guess I never read this one. Let's see. Okay, they're talking about weddings. Blah, 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 blah. One bride shared on Reddit that she actually decided to mix up the color palette at her wedding after her soon-to-be mother-in-law insisted on wearing white. Why? I don't get it. There are so many colors. White is like the least flattering. We did white for Easter this year, and looking back on the pictures, I should have wore more like a slip. I thought I was good, but I needed a slip, and it was so unforgiving. Why wear white to begin with? Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the full story. Here we go. One bride is wondering if she was wrong for getting creative with the color scheme at her wedding. It's your wedding, girl. How can you be wrong? So it was on the Reddit, Am I the A-hole? But boardpanda.com picked it up. She says, am I the a-hole for wearing pink at my wedding because of my mother-in-law? Girl, I just already know. You're good, because your day is your day. Ain't nobody got to say. I don't care. I don't care if they're paying for it. They don't have a say. This is your wedding. It's like a gift. It's like, this is your gift, is your wedding. That you choose. You decide. Why do moms try to force everything onto their children? It's not your wedding, Mom. You already had 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, here it is. Am I the a-hole for wearing pink at my wedding because of my mother-in-law? My husband is the only child of a divorced mom who has heavily relied on him for emotional support, yard work, chores, anything you would rely on a husband for. Ooh, that's a problem. According to my husband, she's hated every girlfriend he ever had, and I am no exception. I'm stealing her baby. Oh, jeez. Oh. I honestly cannot wait to be like, you guys have a great life. I'm going to go have my great life. I'm going to be able to drink more often, sleep more often, more peaceful that way, I think, in my mind. I've always been polite to her and ignored her passive-aggressive jibes. Maybe she meant jabs? I don't know. This woman has bought the perfume I wear after asking me what it was. So, bought the same car in the same color as me 1 month after I got mine. Insisted we spend Valentine's Day with her. Asked my husband why he doesn't take her on vacations. You name it. I made the mistake of allowing her to come bridal gown shopping with me and my mom. Uh-oh. So she thinks that's a mistake. The first lady was like, I don't want your mother-in-law here. I guess this is why you don't have your mother-in-law there. You choose. You choose if it's worth it, I guess. I think your mother-in-law should be invited. I made the mistake of allowing her to come bridal gown shopping with me and my mom. There she found a white wedding dress and insisted it was perfect for the mother of the groom dress. No. Honey. They have a section. I've been to David's bridal multiple times. I have 5 sisters. two brothers, I was in a lot of weddings. They have a section of Mother of the Groom dress, and I betcha $5, because that's my checking account balance, that there were no white dresses in that groom's mother, the bride, mother, the groom area. So the bride was horrified. The bride's mother was horrified. The sales lady was horrified. I'm horrified. Are you horrified listening to this? I hope so. We tried to convince her it was not appropriate and asked her to respect my wishes. I do apologize because my dog, see, if I lock her out, she'll bark. So she's in, but she's not totally locked in because I have the back door open so she can come and go as she pleases out in the yard and in here. But right now, apparently, she has to make all the noise because I'm doing a Facebook Live. Thanks, Marie. Oh my gosh, get this. So the mother-in-law refuses, doesn't believe that it's inappropriate, and she actually accuses the bride. She says, you are being a bridezilla, forgetting this is my special day too. You know what? It's a little more special for the person who's dedicating the rest of her life with somebody. Yes, your life is changing and it's special, but probably according to you, it's changing for the worst. I went home and told my fiance, that's now her husband, and he tried to reason with her. That's good. That's good. That's a good sign. He talked to his mom. She just wouldn't have it. Oh my God. I literally cannot. I cannot with this. Whew. So the bride decided, she said, I just decided we were changing things. I picked a blush pink wedding gown without telling her. Had my bridesmaids pick white dresses and had my mom pick a white dress. We didn't tell her any of this. She showed up the day of the wedding and had a shocked Pikachu face. It was beet red. But why? Like, now, it's almost like she was like, you know, I can't beat her. Let me join her. I want to be special and stand out on my special day. Rightly so. It's your wedding. She's wearing white. So I'll just put everybody in white. So now she doesn't. Can you imagine if this lady wore white to somebody's wedding as the mother of the groom? Like, everyone would have been appalled. You're like, excuse me, ma'am, but your narcissism is showing. Jesus. So her mother-in-law is like super embarrassed now because she's actually part of everything and not causing. She's not causing the focus to go on her. So now she's just so embarrassed. Oh, honestly, the wedding was beautiful. It looked really stunning to have a white bridal party with white and pink florals and me in a pink dress. I think that sounds beautiful. But the mother-in-law had a scowl on her face the whole time. Honestly, if she's like that much in love with her son, she probably would have had that scowl anyway. You know what I'm saying? The day after the wedding, she called my husband. Oh, yes, because, you know, the day after you get married, you have time to take calls, right? You're not busy on a honeymoon or anything. Oh, I don't know why he picked up the phone, so that's kind of on him. Like, she can call, but you do not have to answer on your honeymoon. The day after the wedding, she called my husband and lectured him about how mean we were to her and we didn't let her feel special and we took away her shine. Oh, sucks to be you. I don't understand what we don't get about a wedding. It should be about the couple. I understand. My second wedding was definitely about the couple. Mostly because I don't know if my husband had a lot of ideas going into it, maybe. I think that probably helped, and I really didn't care. I just wanted things to be legal before he moved in with me. So we just did something small. I thought it was beautiful. Nothing like this happened. So the bride continues. Everyone I know is on my side, including my father-in-law, which is the ex-husband of the mother-in-law. But my husband's aunt said we bullied his mom by doing this. Really? Did you really bully her? I don't think so. What do you guys think? You think she bullied her? No, she didn't. And if she had said, oh, you know what? I've changed my mind. I think you wearing white is a good thing. And we'll just have everyone in white so you don't stand out too much, and my dress will be a different color. You know what that mother-in-law would have done is she would have changed her dress. She would have taken that back and worn black or something just to be, I don't know, what are you trying to be on somebody else's day? I've taught my kids this, and I think I need to teach moms this too. Like, everything is not all about you, all right? Oh boy. Okay, some of this is not about the weddings, and I want to say it, but I'm just gonna wait because next week, 6:30 a.m., we're gonna live stream this, baby. Let's see. This is, some of them are kind of weird. It says, oh, this is kind of sad. Oh, well, I'll say it. It's not too sad. We're still upbeat and positive. Am I the a-hole for asking my parents why my wedding gift was significantly smaller than my sister's? Okay, so favoritism, maybe? My husband and I got married recently. For whatever reason, they put that they're 28 years old. So you can know that. They're 28. That seems like a pretty reasonable age to get married. I would wait. I would wait longer, but no judgment. I think my second wedding, I was 31, 32. I should probably know that. It's because I got married and then immediately my age changed. Well, a month later, So, they got married, and my sister, 31-year-old, she's 31. We were discussing the wedding after returning from the honeymoon. We are very fortunate to have grown up in a household where my parents made very good money. Sorry, kids, that's not going to be you. I'm trying. They were generous with us, but raised my sister and I to be hardworking and not dependent on them as adults. Ugh, imagine that. That's so crazy. Why would you raise your children to become adults? I don't get it. It's not happening these days. My sister and I both do well financially, as does her husband. Ooh, an older man. He's 36. She's 31. My husband loves his job, but is not one that has a ton of earning potential. He and I met in college, so I've always known this was his plan, and we are very happy with our setup. Okay, this is getting a little weird. So your husband doesn't earn a lot of money, so they're not going to give you a lot of money? Shouldn't it be the opposite? During my discussion with my sister, she asked me if my husband and I were planning to use the wedding gift money from my parents to do a particular renovation for which we've been saving. But I was very confused because the gift, while extremely generous and appreciated, wasn't nearly enough to cover that. She told me how much she had been gifted. Oh, and I want to know, and they don't say. Tell me. It was more than twice, oh my God, twice what we had been gifted. Wow. After that, I couldn't stop thinking about why I had gotten less. Maybe your mom's just not that into you. I just watched Maybe He's Not That Into You again. Weird movie. Anyway, so my sister encouraged me to ask, hey, let's not sit here and speculate when we can just go straight to the source of all of our trauma and teenage, our mothers. So she gets on the phone and asks, oh my goodness. Her response was that it wasn't my business. Is it though? Is it though? as a mom and you know your kids are close, don't you think like they're gonna find out? I mean, I guess she didn't tell the other daughter not to say anything, or else I want to believe the daughter wouldn't have said anything. Okay. So her response was that it wasn't my business, but since I did ask, my sister has chosen a partner that can accommodate the lifestyle she's used to, so they've gifted her accordingly. What? Like they liked her choice of partner because he earns more? They like him better? That's not cool. That's not okay. They gifted me according to the lifestyle I've chosen. Since you've chosen to be poor, we're not going to give you a lot because this is a lot of money to you because you're poor. What? Oh boy. I still can't help feeling hurt that my parents feel that my husband and I are less deserving than my sister and her husband based on income. Girl, same. Meanwhile, my parents are angry at both my sister and me for having the discussion and bringing it to them. They're angry at both of them. Why did you tell her? Why would you say something? Maybe the other sister's like, oh, were you going to do the lanai with the generous gift mommy and daddy gave you? And she's like, what? I can't do a whole lanai with $2,500. And she's like, ooh. I'm guessing it must be way more. I'm thinking 10 grand to the lesser sister because her husband's not a doctor. And I think $25,000. Because, you know, money's everything, right? It's not, just so you know. It is absolutely nothing. Wow. I was gifted something in my first wedding. I was not supposed to say anything. And I kept it secret for 10 years. Well, I think that 10 years, that's got to be the statutes of limitation, right? So, my then husband, he's now my ex-husband, we were gifted our honeymoon. Our whole honeymoon was gifted to us. And we weren't supposed to tell anybody. And his mother freaked out when she found out what we were doing for a honeymoon. She just knew in her heart of hearts it was a horrible idea. She knew I was a student. I think he was a student at the time. Significantly older, but still in school. And oh my goodness, she would not let up. Every time. Oh, you guys need, here's a brochure, here's something else, this is more feasible, you don't need to spend all that money, it's just your honeymoon, like, you know, it's only this one time opportunity, it's really no big deal. And I think even after we came back, and like for years she just hounded us about our honeymoon. So I finally told her after I left her son, oh, by the way, you should know that you spent all that energy and grief on something that was none of your business. And you were wrong this whole time, which was obviously one of the things she hated to be. So, Barbie! Hey, Barbie! Oh my goodness. I don't know what this says. I'm just going to read it out loud for the first time. I think we're almost done talking about the whole money gift issue. Barbie says, when I was a child, my mother often told me that my younger brother was her favorite. Oh boy. And that I should not be upset by it because we are a German family where the sons are important. She and my stepfather gave down payment money to my brother when he bought a house. And even though my mom was dead by then, my stepfather carried on the legacy and made sure to give me nothing when I bought my first house. Oh, Barbie, that's horrible. And what is it about, like, gender? That's what I'm not liking this whole emphasis on gender. Like, you need to treat all of your children the same as Barbie. I know hopefully you've forgiven and moved on, but that would just be so hard to live with. And I do know somebody, actually the people who gifted me my honeymoon, my first honeymoon, the worst honeymoon, no. So they gave me the honeymoon. I'm not gonna say who it was because they said don't say anything. So like that's the secret. You don't know, but it was gifted. They said that they were saving up for their son's college and would not save up for their daughter's college because they said you don't need college to be a mom. Do you know how many times when I was a mom, just a mom, like college really helped? I don't know, when you're paying bills and doing taxes and saving all the money for your family and teaching your kids every day. I think my kids are better off because their mom went to college. Your mom went to college. That's I think, I don't know that my parents have done anything different for one person than the other. If I do something different for one person than the other, it's just because of my memory. Like, that's the scary thing is I also have a ton of nieces and nephews, and I'm just like, what if I do something for one niece or nephew and then I forget? So I think, yeah, we kind of had a plan for birthdays and stuff, and that just kind of fell through. So it's willy-nilly. And nieces and nephews, if you listen to podcasts, stop and go study and stay in school and go to college. But know that I did not play favorites on purpose. Hey, Mindy girl. Mindy says my eyelashes are gorgeous. Thank you so much. I wish you could see them in real life though, because I think I need some more opinions. Like in real life, face to face, is it too much? Like, is it ridiculous? Or is it like, oh yeah, she's doing a thing. It's just a style. Okay, I think we have time for one more. Oh boy, it's going to be hard to find one more mom behaving badly at a wedding. Okay, we'll just do this. Oh yes, this is a good one. Oh my gosh, this is a good one. You know, because, okay, I identify with this one because I've had 2 weddings. I don't recommend any weddings, honestly, but 2, is way too much. It's, am I the a-hole for asking my mother-in-law to leave our wedding, even though she paid for it, but it was her money, but she gave it to you. When you pay for a wedding, it's like, I'm doing this for you. Therefore, it's not about the person paying anymore. Except, like, are they going to pay more money? Probably not. So, how much money is it? This is how much I'm giving you. So, I asked my mother-in-law to leave our wedding after she brought my husband's ex as her +1. This one, I'm just like, some of these on the internet, I'm like, please, please, please be a fake made-up story. But they got really into this. I'm thinking it might be true. So the bride, 28-year-old female, because that's important, I guess, on Reddit, met her husband, 27-year-old male. That's how that works. 4 years after he divorced, who everyone in his family calls the love of his life. It's kind of adorable, only because I know I'm somebody's, like, worst nightmare as their ex, which, if you know me, I'm not. But, like, to these group of people, I know I'm, like, the worst ever. So it's kind of nice that everyone's like, oh, you know, it was love and awesome, and it just ended and they're good? I don't know. She says, it's okay. I don't really care if they think that way because my husband has assured me that it's not the case. Yeah, you don't know everything from looking in. From outside looking in, we don't always know what's going on in that marriage. Could be pretty horrible. So he told me, that's her fiance told her, that they were pretty toxic and that the relationship grew so bad that the best for both of them was to let go, even when his first wife, and this is true, I don't know if you're still on, Mindy, but she's going by, the first wife is going by Mindy. It was pretty hard for me to get accepted into his family. I bet. If they liked her and she had, like, wrapped everyone around her little finger. That's my pointer finger, little finger, but was horrible to him in private. I can see that happening. So Mindy moved to another state since she didn't want to be near her husband. Well, the poster's husband. So time went by, and my mother-in-law and I bonded after the traumatic loss of my father-in-law almost 2 years ago. His passing crushed her horribly, and my husband and I tried to be there for her as much as we could since he's their only child. The joy came back to her life after we had our first son. I think this happened before they were married. No judgment, but sometimes I still get confused. Like, oh, you're doing all the things before you get married? I wouldn't suggest it. It sounds horrible. My mother-in-law found a new push to life thanks to him, the baby. And even though we didn't become the perfect family, we are close enough to let my mother-in-law know that she'll never be alone again. When the pandemic began, money became tight for us, and after having our baby, and my husband and I decided to prioritize our needs, we used what his father left him and some of her savings to buy a house. We decided to have a small celebration after we were legally married, but my mother-in-law said no. No. This is my day. You will not have a small wedding that's financially feasible and economically proper or whatever. So she offered to pay. That's so nice. Oh my gosh. I'm sure you offered to pay for someone's wedding with no strings attached, right? Right? She offered to pay for it since she was proud of my husband for doing what was best for our son. At first, we said no because it didn't feel right, but she convinced us, saying that she didn't want to miss the wedding, just as his husband did if we ended up taking too long. So she guilted them. I'm getting so old. What if I die before you two finally tie the knot? We made it small and simple because we didn't want to take advantage of her. And we even let my mother-in-law have her way in some decisions. That's nice. They just like, hey, here's some things we don't care about. What do you think? When the big day came, has Mindy, dun dun dun, by her side. And my husband and I are so confused. My mother-in-law approached us and we asked her what was happening. Rightly so. She said that she'd invited her to the wedding because it was a special day. My husband said that, yes, it's a special day for us and that Mindy had no business being there and that he would appreciate if she left. My mother-in-law looked at me and I said that I would rather that too, but my mother-in-law got angry and said that she had paid for the wedding and she could invite anyone she wanted. While we both agree, she said that Mindy wasn't really anyone and that it was the fact that she didn't mention this to us before inviting her. Like, that's, you think you should have ran this by us first, that you think my husband wants to get married in front of his ex? Really? Is this about your son or is this about you and not wanting to let go of poor Mindy? I'm sure Mindy's a lovely lady. She just treated her son poorly. She said that if Mindy had to go, she'll follow. And my husband said, then go. If that's what it takes to get her out of my wedding. She ended up saying that she's going to stay, but that we had to tell Mindy to leave, which my husband gladly did. And my mother-in-law spent all the evening mad, which is a wonderful way to be at a wedding. After the wedding, we offered to pay for half of it or even everything if she wanted, but she said that the damage was already done. No amount of money is going to heal my broken heart. Like, I just don't understand why you can't keep this woman in your life that treated you horribly for years. It's all about me and being the mom. Oh my goodness, moms. I think the audacity there, I think that was next level. To be like, what? I paid for it. I can just do what I want. I'm paying for my meal in this restaurant. Can't I just bring anybody or anything? Like, can't my dog come with me into this restaurant? my dog that's having some kind of allergic reaction and has to scratch loudly throughout this whole recording? That dog? Can't I just take her? I mean, I am paying. I'm paying. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Parents are paying for the wedding, so they're like, girl, you're going to do it my way because it's my money. This is my plan, and it's already caused problems with my mother-in-law, so that's exciting. My plan is, when my kids tell me they're getting married, I'm just going to say, here is some money. Hopefully by then I will have made money, some of it. And hopefully, you know, the stocks and the market will do better because right now everything is not going great. And I'll be able to have a chunk of money. I'll say, here's a chunk of money. I want to help you as much as you want my help. I want to be involved as much as you want it. Please involve me. I want to come, you know, wedding dress shopping with you. I want to be involved. But I can't imagine being like, it's my money. So you love that dress? You're not going to get it. Unless there's like some super important reason. Like, okay, if you get that dress though, you can't feed your guests. You know, I can see that. A money issue. But this is all the money I'm giving you for your wedding. Please involve me. But I don't want to have a say because I've done this thing twice and I really don't ever want to do it again. Oh, and yeah, I said that in front of my mother-in-law and she doesn't understand that. So we've already fought about a non-existent wedding, I think. Just because I was like, so it's her wedding. I don't, and she's just like, oh, she cannot believe it. Like, oh my goodness, you're just going to let your own child whom you raised and taught to be, you know, a wonderful person to make their own decisions for their wedding? What if they make a decision you don't like? Well, it's not my freaking wedding. So why do I care? I don't care. I don't care. What colors? What's the colors? I'm going to go pick out a dress. I might show it to her first. Hey, is this cool? That's what I think I'll do. I don't have the energy or time to care about my kid's wedding that much. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll give them some money. I'll say, please keep me involved, but you're making the decisions and this is the money. And honestly, if you want to use this money for something else, like your home down payment and you have a really small wedding, just, I want to be there. I want to be there. And tell me what color, and I'm going to approve my dress. I'm not going to wear white. I'm not going to make it about me. I don't know. I know they're still young yet. But my oldest is 16, and this is Oklahoma. So it could be any day now, honestly. She's going to run off and get married. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I love talking about horrific things that happen at weddings. Maybe that's what the podcast... I'm going to change it to Wedding Disasters. Today on Wedding Disasters, your mother-in-law brings her ex wearing white with a pig to a wedding. Oh, I have been your hostess with the mostest. I'm Nicole Miller, the OKS mom, and this has been the podcast. Thank you for watching live. If you watched live, if you did not watch live, then please like and follow the OKS mom Facebook page so you can follow the next video. If you're on podcast land, subscribe, review, like, I don't know. And now each of the podcast things have different things. You either follow or you subscribe. You know what I'm talking about. Do all the things. Tell a friend. Call someone on the phone and be like, oh my gosh, there's this crazy lady with a podcast. You've got to listen to her because any minute now she's going to say something so crazy and she's going to be canceled. I hate closing this off. I never know what to say. 6:30 a.m. next Thursday. Be there because I'll be there. And I don't know what the topic's going to be yet, but it's going to be great. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. I love you all. Bye.